Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So today it is a new channel and it's going to be a review. So this is Lightning Lash Reviews. Now I was going to call it Lightning Reviews, but there is one person who does that. So if you're watching this because you saw this new name, I did change it. Okay, so the aim for this channel is going to be all of my reviews of things I love to watch. So these are programs, these are films, anything that I'm watching, I'm going to be reviewing. Now, the reason why I'm doing it is because I have got obsessed with people who review The Handmaid's Tale, and I will put in the description bar below some of my favourite channels. There is one girl who is amazing, and I will put down right now in the description bar, go and check it out, because her name will be there. She does the best Handmaid's Tale reviews I have ever seen, ever, and I just love her. Now, obviously she's in America, so she gets The Handmaid's Tale straight away. I don't, I'm in the UK. So these reviews are going to be not for the US viewers, because you're going to have already watched a million reviews and you're going to have watched the programme before us in the UK. So the ones that we get and that I will be reviewing will be a little bit after it's been aired in the USA, but it should have been aired in the UK the night before. Now obviously in the US, no, the UK, we can watch it on other devices like Fire Stick, but I don't have a Fire Stick just now. It did have it, but yeah, it broke. So I am just relying on good old television and when it airs in the UK. So today, as you've seen from the title, it's Nashville. Woohoo! So Nashville is one of my most favourite programmes of all time. I absolutely love Nashville. I have watched it since the day one of the first ever episode, back when Raina James was ruling really, and she was with Teddy, and we had Deacon as the drunk but was totally in love with Raina. So do you remember those days gone by? The old Nashville days, I absolutely loved them. So yeah, now we are in series, it's the last ever one. We only have a few episodes left until it's over, which is absolutely devastating to my heart. I'm going to miss this show such a lot. It was like when Dallas came out, the reruns, well not the reruns, the new one, when they ended that, oh my goodness. And Christopher in that car, is he dead? Well, it blew up, so I guess he is. But yeah, we'll never ever know. So I hope that Nashville doesn't give us something like that, that you just think, is it ever going to be renewed? I need to know. I hope they're going to tie up some stuff. But with Raina leaving, I didn't feel it really affected the show. I thought it could have kept going on forever. But I guess there was a few problems, wasn't there, with Nashville leaving their network and then moving on to CMT. So I think there was a few problems that they couldn't really keep it going, so that's the issue. So on to the newest episode, which is, okay, so we are in season 6 and this is episode 12, and the title of this one is The House That Built Me. Right, okay, so when it ended last week on episode 11, I expected we would see Juliet, because obviously these are going to be spoilers, by the way, so if you've not watched it, don't tune in. So Juliet Barnes last week, she's obviously away in that cult, and she was away in, oh gosh, where was she? Out in Mongolia or somewhere. She was kind of crazy place, and she was trying to get out. So it was a mad rush to get her out of there, and she got out. And so she obviously got a lift with this old fella, and she was like, airplane please, or airport please, and he took her to the airport. We assumed. I didn't know. So we didn't see Juliet in the first scenes of this one. I was like, oh my god, where is Juliet? Where are they going to do this? And then I thought, maybe she's going to be at the end. It's going to be something. And I kind of knew where they were going to go. So we'll get into that. So there's kind of three themes that I would say, or 4 themes in this episode. So we had the theme of Sean and Scarlett, which I don't know if I'm liking that theme at all, but we'll see. And then we had the Deacon and his father kind of theme, and I loved that. I thought that was amazing. And then we had the Alana and Brad theme, which is another thing altogether, which is just interesting. So if we look at the Deacon and his daddy kind of theme first, because I think that's how it starts from what I remember last night, or it could have had another start. But anyway, Deacon is playing and he is doing a beautiful song. It was absolutely stunning. Deacon, I love when they give Deacon a little lead role because he's so handsome. Right, so yeah, I think he's really handsome, and I love to see his little solo scenes with the girls and when he's singing and when he's playing guitar. Now you can see in the distance there's like a guy in the hallway or in the door, and you're like, I wonder who this is, kind of like an old fella. So I didn't know who it was going to be, thinking, wonder what it is. So anyway, at the end of his set, don't he come up, Deacon signing autographs and someone saying, oh Deacon, I would be there for your first ever tour. I would be there as well. And so there's the guy, and he comes up and there's like shock. So we know that that is Deacon's father. So he's like, and you have the flashbacks then of Deacon and his dad and how he's feeling. It's just like he doesn't want any bit to do with him. So he's like, no, off you go. The dad's left, and then he's in getting the girls to come out like without any explanation, and he's getting them out. So I'll just stay on that theme. So he goes and visits him at the hotel, and well, I think he has a talk with the girls first, and then he has a go at the hotel, and just, so he's kind of saying to the dad, I had a bad childhood, I can't think of anything good. And so the dad's kind of saying, but there was good, but Deacon is not in a place to find it. So he's like kind of saying things like, do you have cancer? Do you want money? Is that what you're wanting? And so Deacon's daddy's like, no, I don't. I'm sure his name's Gideon. He's like, no, I'm not wanting anything. All I want is just to reconnect. So we'll see. So anyway, then he goes back, he speaks to the girls, I'm sure again, or he's something like that. Then his daughter, Maddie, she goes and says, right, I'm going to go and see the granddad, because that is her granddad, isn't it? But she doesn't tell Deacon that she's going to see his granddad. So he goes to see his granddad, and she's like, all the family that Deacon has around him is that's it. That's all the family they got. And so it kind of like opens up that space, because I think Maddie gets upset as well. And so Gideon just offers his hand, and they become a little bit closer, or they bond over that a little bit. So then she brings the granddad to the record company, obviously that Deacon owns and runs, who had started it with Raina. So then they have that chat, and they're kind of like bouncing off each other, arguing, agree to disagree, all that kind of stuff. They see it in a different light. And so Deacon's granddad is kind of saying, well, I didn't want you to turn it to me. I saw the minute that you held that gun up to me because he had been beating his mum. Deacon had held up the gun to him saying, look, there's no more. I'm having no more, honestly. And so he's kind of saying, I didn't want you to turn into me. I saw the hatred in your eyes that day. So I left, and that's it. And look, you haven't turned into me like what you've got. And then you see then a next bit where Deacon is bringing him home. So he says, this is your granddad, or your grandfather, which is really nice. And that was the theme. It was running throughout. So obviously this is not step by step of the episode. I'm just going to go by themes. So that theme ran all the way through the episode, and I thought it was the most touching one of the episode. It really affected me. I wanted to stick with it, and I enjoyed it. So that was a really good one. And then we have the whole Sean and Scarlett. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Scarlett at the moment. I loved Scarlett, of course. She's into my heart because she's been from the start, and I've loved her. But these scenes recently, I've not been liking her. I just think it's so boring. I want her to jump out and be Scarlett. Now, I think that's what's going to happen. I think you have to go through all this rough edges, because what Sean's bringing to her from his whole thing of being in the war and being in Afghanistan or Iraq or wherever he had been, I mean, that's pretty crap, and he's had a whole load of hell. But I think it's going to help her, because she's came from a whole load of hell with her mum, with, oh my God, with Gunnar, with her demons, with her whole panic and anxiety. It's going to bring her full circle and maybe find out where she wants to be. So I think we have to run its course to find out where she's going as a character. And maybe this will be a closed thing where it's not about men or anything, or about your family history or anything. It's about what you're feeling in your heart. And she's a lover of music. Everything is oozing from her music. And I think she'll be back in the next few scenes or next few episodes. I think Scarlett will find herself again with music, and Sean's helping her to bring that, even though she's helping Sean to get over his demons. But it's just a storyline that I think came out the blue and puts her in this whole feeling of she's holier than thou. And even though she kind of emphasises, no, I'm not, I want more from her character. And I think less of that and more of the strong Scarlett that we need to see. Even though it does bring about strength, I'm kind of like in between with Scarlett at the moment. As you can see, I can't even figure out in my own thought processes how I feel about Scarlett. I like Sean, I like his character, I like the wife that was brought in, and the baby, the little boy. But I think Scarlett is treading a fine line with this. So I think she needs to be careful, because he needs to find himself back with his wife, if that's where they want to be. Maybe they should be separate. I don't know. So anyway, anything that's best for the child is the most important part. So that's that theme that ran all the way through. By the end, obviously, Sean was maybe thinking about committing suicide, but Scarlett reminded him, look, do you feel that breeze? It's coming through the window. Felt good for a second. It's gone now, but it felt good at the time. And other times it will feel good. You don't need to, it's not going to be doom and gloom every single day of your life. You will feel good again. It just takes time. And for those little glimpses of goodness, you got to hang on to them. And I loved that, and I got quite emotional about that part, and I thought, yeah, go Scarlett, that's a really nice part. So yeah, that was the theme of that one. Then the other one was Alana and Brad is a whole kettle of fish. He bugs the hell out of me. He is a ridiculous human being. I just don't like Brad, so I'm not happy with him, and obviously being the ex of Jesse, and he's a terrible father to his son, and now he's totally manipulating Alana. Now Alana is someone that's kind of like a thorn in my side at the moment. I mean, you're ending the series with Alana and you're giving nothing to Gunnar, you're giving nothing to Will, giving nothing to these people that have like built the show. I would have wanted more from Gunnar, I would have wanted more from Will instead of Alana. They could have done more things around those characters that we've grown to love and absolutely adore. But it's good to see the corruptness in music industry and how Alana maybe will be big balls to get rid of this. I'm hoping she's going to be the one that needs to say, no, I'm not going to go down that route. Because obviously she had been contracted to open up the Lumineers, but she didn't get to do it because she had said to Brad, look, are you coming on to me? Brad was like, no, of course not. Then suddenly he cancels her opening for them. Interesting, very interesting. I think Brad has punished her for that, and she knows it too. So anyway, she tells Avery, and they have a chat, and then he's like, well, let's, like, obviously he's like, got her back. She knows the score with Brad. She's going to have to toe a fine line. I don't know how it's going to work with them. But Avery's like, let's write together. And she's like, yeah, let's write together, that's great. So you kind of have the scenes at the end where you've got Gunnar writing, and he's just frustrated because obviously he's had a relationship with Alana, and obviously Avery is kind of stole his girl, and so he's like frustrated. Then you see Will watching old videos of them. Obviously he's feeling remorse because he had been a bit of an idiot with steroids and all this kind of stuff, but he's had a whole lot of hurt in his life, so he's just struggling, I guess, to get through that. So then we have Alana and Avery writing together, and then they get into fruitiness. And yeah, you guessed it. Guess who comes in the door? Oh my word, it is Juliet. I was like that. Juliet, you are going to sort him out. Oh my word, it's going to be crazy. Then I heard the synopsis from next week. She's not so fiery. But I won't go into that. I don't have enough battery in my camera, so now I'm on my phone, so you're going to have a worse quality. Sorry about that, it won't happen again, but I wanted to film the end because I'm going now out for the day, and I want to film the end of this. So yeah, we see Juliet come in and you're expecting fireworks, but it cuts off. So I don't know. Now, I don't know how you're feeling about Juliet. She has been bugging me as well in this, because Juliet's lost her fire. Maybe the fire's going to come back. But then she would have lost her fire. There's a lot happened in all the years since Nashville started. I mean, obviously, she, way back in the day when she was a little tyrant and Avery was just her little caddy, that was way back. I mean, she's changed. She's got Avery now. She's got a little baby. I mean, that's a big difference. She almost died in a plane crash. All these things could make anybody change, and it's definitely made Juliet question herself and try to find herself. And also fighting personal demons in her own heart, as you seen from last week and the weeks before, that she had discovered, or she had pushed back into the back of her mind, that her mum had done really, really bad things with her as a child. And I mean, that's something that would be hard for anybody to get through, and especially Juliet Barnes, where she has serious problems with trust, with being loved. So yeah, I feel for her, and I think probably it's a natural progression for her character that that would happen. And when, as viewers, I feel you get frustrated with a character, it's a good thing, because a character would be up and down, would be all over the place, especially if they had their lives. I mean, gosh, it would be crazy. So anyway, Avery is kind of like that, staring at Juliet. You know he's going to poop his pants. And I don't know how Alana's going to feel, because obviously Alana got into that knowing that Juliet and him were not over. I mean, if Alana really truly believed that him and Avery, no, Juliet and Avery were over, she's crazy. Because Juliet is Juliet Barnes. She must have known, right, I can't compete with their relationship with her, Juliet Barnes, with the baby. That's just bonkers. So anyway, right, so that is Nashville in a nutshell. I've done it for themes this week because there was I thought there was three really good themes running through, and then the end with Juliet. So I thought I could do it that way instead of step by step through the episode, because my memory is pants. So if you're coming to my reviews, Lightning Lash reviews, you're going to get that. You're going to get some muddled up kind of ways of being, of retelling what I got from the episode. But that is how I'm going to try and do episodes. Now, I'm going to do Nashville, I'm going to do Handmaid's Tale, I'm going to do The Walking Dead, and I do as many as I can, because I just love reviewing shows, and I love talking, and I love sharing what I'm thinking. So if you want to share what you're thinking, what you thought about this episode, then please pop it down in the comments below and let me know. Try and be kind. You can have a difference of opinion, of course you can. Everybody does, and that's fabulous. I really like that because it creates discussion, but try and be nice about it is all I would ask. That would be fabulous. And yeah, join me for all of Nashville till the end, and I will be here on Monday with The Handmaid's Tale. I'll be here with that because I can't wait to review that. I'm so excited. But yeah, so from Nashville episode 12, I loved it. I thought the themes were good. I thought it was fabulous. I was a bit annoyed with Scarlett, and I was a bit annoyed with Juliet, but we didn't see much of her anyway, and I was kind of annoyed at that. We'll have to wait another week to see Juliet. And but yeah, I'm loving Deacon and the grandfather. I think that might be a lovely little, and do you know, as the end is nigh, I think it would be nice for Deacon to work out some of the demons and really come full force as a character. And I think he deserves that, because he's been in it from the start, and he's been my love from the start. So I'm loving Deacon, I really am. And then I think we're going to get next episode some from Maddie and her new boy, the new squeeze. So yeah, we should see some of them next week, so that'll be interesting. Alright, okay, so join me next week if you're a Nashville fan, and we'll go through next week's episode. It's getting to the end now. It's going to be over so soon. I'm so sad. Alright, take care of yourself. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for joining me on my first ever review of any kind of programme. Hopefully we'll get better at it as the time goes on. So if you want to come with me and stick with me, that'd be fabulous. Subscribe, comment, like, and yeah, take care of yourself. Bye.